Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the Singapore FinTech Festival, and joining me for this segment, we have MacDonald. He's the head of Group Data Office at OCBC. We're here to discuss how emerging technologies like AI and machine learning is helping to evolve the banking industry. It is great to have you with us, Donald. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you.
And let's discuss that. Of course, you can't escape a conversation without discussing AI. So how is the technology helping banking to evolve?
I think AI is helping banking to evolve in a couple of areas. From the customer perspective, it's about unlocking that vast treasure trove of data we have so that we can deeply understand who our customers are and what are their current and emerging needs. It's about using that to deliver a personalized experience, making communications, offers, portfolio advisory more relevant to our customers. We're also then using it for employees, trying to kind of streamline OCBC's internal processes, making work more meaningful for employees so they can actually spend time delivering better service to the customers.
Yeah, and it's certainly showing because the Asian Banking and Finance Retail Banking Awards awarded OCBC the AI and ML Initiative of the Year. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So how are you leveraging those technologies specifically? How is it making the customer experience feel like you're almost in an office speaking with the branch manager? Lift the curtain behind the scenes there for us.
Yeah. So OCBC uses AI very heavily across the organization. Today we have about 300 different AI models that are really powering the kind of key processes that underpin the bank. And we use AI in three main areas today. We use it for generating revenues, which is typically things like hyper-personalization of the customer experience. We give you relevant offers. We help you make better investment decisions through things like AI-driven stock recommendations. The second area we apply it is really about productivity, which is about making OCBC itself more efficient. So we use AI to do things like help automate processes in the contact center. Chatbots today handle 1 in 3 of every customer service inquiries. So really streamlining processes within OCBC. And then the third area is really about protecting customers, protecting the bank. It's about reducing risk. And so there we use AI for things like reducing money laundering across the organization, fraud detection for like card payments and areas like that, and obviously scam detection. In Singapore, scams is a very big problem, right. And we use AI very heavily in those kind of spaces to protect our customers. We use models today to predict which customer we think might be vulnerable to getting scammed. Which scam might they fall for? Is it a job scam, a love scam, an investment scam? We also use models to scan all of the transactions. So every time you make a payment, within 10 milliseconds of you submitting the payment, we scan that to determine, do we think it's a scam? And if it is, we actually can stop those payments going out in the first place so that customers don't lose money to the scammers.
And it's also being leveraged internally as well.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes. So obviously the hot topic in the last couple of years has been generative AI. Mm-hmm. And OCBC, I think, has been very outspoken about how we're going big on generative AI because we see it as being truly transformational. And I think we're a pioneer in this space. We have more than 30 generative AI applications running in production today. And we're really using generative AI today for internal productivity. So it's about helping our internal employees kind of reduce some of the drudge work that every employee has in their day-to-day kind of lives. And our generative AI strategy has really been twofold. One thing we've been doing is building what we call a suite of universal assistants. And these are generative AI tools designed to help every OCBC employee be more efficient. So all 30,000 employees get access to things like OCBC GPT to help them draft content and come up with ideas. They can use Buddy, which is our internal knowledge assistant, to find knowledge across OCBC's vast databases. Or Document AI, where you can just drag and drop a document and you can say, summarize this document for me without having to read the whole thing. Our second focus of generative AI is then more vertically focused, where we actually work with specific business units such as IT, the sales teams, the contact center, legal teams, and we build generative AI tools that are focused on the way that they work, going deep into their process and saying, how can we redefine the way you work using Gen AI? And that's really where we see the greatest value, is when you embed Gen AI into the actual process itself. We're seeing huge benefits from this. Today our Gen AI tools are used over 500,000 times a month by our employees, so that shows that they're really adopting these things. And if you look at the kind of value we're seeing from the individual use cases, some of the use cases we're seeing up to 50% productivity lift for some of the job roles. So real value coming out of generative AI.
I also think as an employee, from the employee perspective, you also understand the company's messaging when it's presented to you in a way that this is how we're delivering the branding, how we're delivering the messaging. It really helps you understand it from an organizational perspective. When you think about the outlook leveraging these types of technologies for OCBC and the industry overall, where do you see it going?
Yeah, I think banking has been at the forefront of the use of AI. But I think when it comes to generative AI, we're still only 2 years into the journey. Mm-hmm. We're still scratching the surface. I think 5 years from now, we'll look back and we'll laugh at how basic it is, to be honest. I think we've done a lot with generative AI to improve employee experience. Where I really see it going in the future is actually transforming the customer experience. So in the last 10 years, the way that you interact with a bank has always been about tapping on your phone, it's been a bit about the mobile app. But I think generative AI is going to move us from tapping to talking. It's going to make interacting with the bank far more conversational. Now let me bring that to life for you. Like I imagine a situation where you wake up in the morning, you're having your breakfast, and while you're eating your cereal, you say, hey, OCBC, what happened in the market last night? And the app says, hey, there was volatility, this stock went up. And I say, well, what should I do? And because the generative AI knows my profile, what equities I like, what's my risk profile, it says, this is what I recommend you do. This is how you should rebalance your portfolio. And I just say, okay, do it. Generative AI understands the instruction behind the scenes, the agent frameworks take over, they go and execute the trades, they rebalance my portfolio. By the time I've gone to work, all of that is done. That truly transforms the way you interact with your bank. Banking finally becomes conversational, it's always on, it's personalized, and it's proactively looking out for your interests. I think that's how